Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another regular season play-by-play broadcast. I'm Gabe Fenster, and the matchup between North Broward Prep and St. John Paul will tip shortly. First, starting for St. John Paul, number 25, Ian Carr, number 10, JJ Prien, number 23, Peter Verna, number 3, Tomas Lawler, and number 5, Trace Nichols. And for North Broward, number 25, Justin Abson, number 30, Maximus Fuentes, number 32 is Sawyer Feller, number 44, Jared London, and of course, number 11, Dominic Denny. And the tip will go to North Broward. Sawyer Feller in the corner, looking for Denny, finds him. Abson, kick. Pass down to Abson. Down low, Abson's shot is good. Up the court for St. John Paul, Trace Nichols. Pass over to Lawler. Screen set by Verna. Pass in the corner to Prien. His mid-range shot is off, rebounded by Abson. Up the court for North Broward, Dom Denny. Screen set by London. Drive by Denny. Pass out and stolen away. Drive by Nichols, his layup, and passed out to Verna and stolen by North Broward. Pass down low to Feller. His layup is off and rebounded. It was rebounded by St. John Paul, but a travel is called as soon as the ball was grabbed. Denny passes into Fuentes out in three-point range. Pass down to Abson. Out to Denny. Over to Fuentes in the corner. His three-pointer is off. Moving it fast. Lawler, his layup is good. Denny finds Feller. Screen set by Abson. Nichols wants a foul but does not get it. Pass out to Denny. His three-pointer is off. Rebounded by Fuentes. Put back in. It is good by Fuentes. Strong rebound by Fuentes and great putback. Screen set by Verna. Drive by Lawler and blocked by Abson. Rebounded by Prien and his layup is good. That makes it 4-4 with 5 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Double team on Denny. Out to Feller. Back to Denny. Passing it around to Feller. Denny. To Feller in the corner. Back and forth action between Denny and Sawyer Feller. Feller drives. Pass out to Fuentes. Fuentes drives. Shot is off. Foul is called on the shot. To the line for North Broward. Number 30, Maximus Fuentes shooting 2. Fuentes' first shot is good. Last game in the loss to Westminster, Fuentes went 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Trying to get back here with this. Second shot is also good. 2 for 2 at the free throw line that time. I talked to Maximus Fuentes before the game. He said he's been working on his free throw shooting before this game. He really does not want to miss and go over 2 at the line again because I know that is not Fuentes' shot is off by St. John Paul and rebounded by Abson. Pass to London down low to Abson. Abson, layup is off. Foul is called on the shot again. To the line for North Broward, number 25, Justin Abson, shooting 2. Abson's first shot is good. That makes it 7-4 North Broward. Abson's second try is also good. 2 for 2 at the line that time. Denny playing tight D on Trace Nichols. Nichols drives, shot is off, foul is called on the shot. The foul is called on number 11, Dom Denny. That is his first foul to the line for St. John Paul. Number 5, Trace Nichols, shooting 2. Nichols' first shot is good. Trace Nichols played for North Broward last year and transferred to St. John Paul this year. So he is very familiar with North Broward Eagles court. And a great coming back for Trace Nichols here. This is his first game back in Eagles home territory. His second shot is off, 1 for 2 at the line that time. Ball is deflected off North Broward and stolen away by North Broward on the inbound pass by St. John Paul. Denny driving hard, layup off, and the ball is deflected off of St. John Paul, remains North Broward ball. Pass into Fuentes, down to London, out to Fuentes, over to Denny, back down to London. London's shot is off, and put back in by Abson. 10-5, North Broward. 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Three-pointer by Nichols is off and rebounded by Feller. Pass over to Fuentes. Down to Abson. Out to Denny. Over to Feller. Finds Fuentes. Back to Feller. His three-pointer. Bang! That is Sawyer Feller's first three-pointer in this game so far. That makes it 13-5. Great first start for North Broward Eagles in this game. And a travel is called on St. John Paul. Checking in for St. John Paul, number 12, Rodney Shavers. And a timeout is called by St. John Paul. The Eagles, North Broward, is coming off of 2 straight losses. So they're going to try to come back in this game in a win against St. John Paul, who has a 6-2 record, but an 0-2 record in districts. Sawyer Feller is coming off of a great game against Westminster, scoring 18 points, going 7 for 12, 58% that time, I believe. So that's above half. Not so bad. Sawyer Feller also had 4 rebounds in that game. And Fuentes turns it over. Drive by Nichols. Layup is off. Rebounded by Fuentes. Pass over to Denny. Double team on Denny. Denny looking. Finds Fuentes. Pump fake by Fuentes. Denny over to Feller in the corner. Feller drives and loses the ball. Turnover again for North Broward. Pass over to Lawler in the corner. Drive by Lawler. It is blocked by Abson. Fuentes moving it fast in the paint. Shot by Fuentes is good, and the foul. Three-point opportunity coming to the line. Number 30, Maximus Fuentes, his second opportunity to the line in this game so far. 2 for 2 at the line so far. His shot is Good. 3 for 3 at the line this game. Pass over to Carr. Back over to Nichols. Back to Carr. His three-pointer is off, rebounded by Abson. Denny moving it fast up the court, slowing it down. Pass over to Feller in the corner. Back to Denny, tipped by Nichols, but remaining North Broward ball. Feller over to Denny, to Fuentes in the corner. His three-pointer is off and put back in by Feller. Great putback there by Feller, a one-touch shot there. 18-5 North Broward leads with 1 minute 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The drive by Lawler is passed over to Prien, and his shot is off the call. The foul is called on number 44, Jared Linden. Speaking of Jared Linden, he's coming off a great rebounding game against Westminster last Friday. 10 rebounds in the game. 8 of them were defensive and 2 were offensive. Had 5 turnovers. It's not so good. Except for his rebounding game. London had the most amount of turnovers last game. Second was Dom Denny with 4, and Sawyer Feller with 3, with a total of 16 turnovers in last game. So not a great game by the Eagles. Denny moving it up the court. Over to Fuentes, back to Denny. Over to Feller, to Fuentes in the corner, down to Abson, posting up. Abson's shot is good. Drive by Nichols, layup is good. That is St. John Paul's first make in about 5.5 minutes. Great defense by North Broward in the first quarter so far. 58 seconds remaining in the first. Pass over to Feller, back to Denny. Denny holds the ball. Looking for a screen. Tight defense playing by Nichols, and the ball tipped right to Fuentes. Pass over to Feller, 30 seconds remaining. Tight defense by Lawler. Pass over to Fuentes. Fuentes drives. His shot is good. Great start from Maximus Fuentes in this game so far. Really getting aggressive in the paint. 5 seconds remaining. Drive by Nichols. And a foul is called. 2 seconds remain. To the line for St. John Paul, number 5, Trace Nichols. His first shot is good. His second shot is also good. 2 seconds remaining. Eagles ball. North Broward Eagles. Both teams are actually Eagles, so I cannot say Eagles. Pass deep down for Abson. His shot from the arc is off. And at the end of the first, North Broward Eagles lead 22-9. Great first quarter for North Broward Eagles. And if you're just tuning in at the start of the second quarter, North Broward leads 22 to St. John Paul 9. Maximus Fuentes having a great game so far. He has 5 in the first quarter, really getting aggressive down in the paint. 2 trips to the free throw line and 1 drive layup. Drive by Lawler. His shot is good. That makes it double digits for St. John Paul. Still in a point lead for North Broward. And Fuentes loses the ball. St. John Paul dives for the ball, and a timeout is called as St. John Paul gains possession. I believe it'll be St. John Paul's ball after the timeout. And yes, it is. Up the court for St. John Paul, number 5, Trace Nichols. Screen set by Verno. Pass over to Lawler. Lawler drives, and a foul is called. I believe it is an offensive foul on number 3, Thomas Lawler. The North Broward Eagles bench is liking what they see. Up the court, North Broward, Dom Denny. Pass over to Feller, back to Denny, to Fuentes, moving it around to Feller. His three-pointer is off, rebounded by St. John Paul. Pass over to Prien, over to Carr's three-pointer from the corner is good. That shrinks the North Broward lead to single digits. 22-14, North Broward leads. Pass over to Abson to Struve, and it tips off of Struve's hand and sails out of bounds. Mid-range shot by Nichols is good. As he falls on the ground, looks for a foul, does not get it. Tight defense on Don Denny. Pass over to Fuentes to free the defender up. Denny calling a play, gets screened by Abson. Shot by Denny is off, rebounded by St. John Paul. A bit of a weird shot there by Denny. I think he was trying to pass it down to Abson, but changed his mind at the last second because it was an off-the-hop shot. Didn't look like he was trying to shoot there. Doesn't go in, not surprised by there. But we never know what's on Denny. He's a great shooter all around the court. Anything can go in with Denny. Inbound pass, St. John Paul. Drive by Lawler, and a foul is called on the floor. It is an offensive foul on number 30, Maximus Fuentes. Inbound pass to Nichols. Over to Lawler in the corner. Screen set by Verna. Double team on Lawler. Pass over to Nichols. In the corner, Verna, his three-pointer is good again, his second three-pointer of the game so far. And a timeout is called by North Broward. The coaches are seeing something wrong with North Broward as the lead went from 20-5 to 22-19 in the second quarter so far. Obviously, something is wrong. Coach Casey is going to fix that. Three-point lead North Broward has on St. John Paul with 5 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Up the court, dominant Denny. Pass over to Absent, back to Denny. Over to Feller. To Denny. Back to Feller. Double team on Feller. To Feller from the arc. Denny, three-pointer is good! Mid-range shot by Carr is good now. Lead is trimmed to 4 points on Carr's mid-range shot. Denny, drive. Shot is good. Does the basket count? No, it does not. A foul was called offensively that time. No basket on the play. Nichols drive, step back three-pointer is off. But a foul was called on his three-point shot. 3 shot attempts to the line for number 5, Trace Nichols. Nichols' first shot is off. Nichols' second shot is good. And his third shot is off. 1 for 3 at the line that time. Did not get what he wanted at the line that time. He converted a 1 for 3. Over to Feller. Drive by Feller. Back out to Denny. Denny's drive is good. Drive by Lawler. His shot is off, and a travel is called on the play. North Broward moving the ball around, pass down to Fuentes, down low, and it is stolen away by St. John Paul, but regained again by North Broward. Remaining North Broward ball. Denny's pass to Fuentes. Back to Denny, to Fuentes. Over to Feller. Down to Absent in the paint. Absent shot. And a travel is called on Absent shot that time. Up the court for St. John Paul, Trace Nichols. Drive by Nichols. And the shot is off. Bit of a weird shot there. Seemed to trip on something. And the drive by Denny is off also. And stolen away by North Broward. And pass to Feller. Layup is good. Great play by Denny to regain the turnover he caused. Pass over to Carr in the corner. That three-pointer is off. Did not get it that time as he got his last 2 three-pointer tries to fall. Back over to Feller. Feller, mid-range shot. And is off. Tip pass by Absent is also off. Stolen away by Denny. And an up and over call is called on Dom Denny that time. Coming in for the game for North Broward, number 10, Ryan Negri. Coming out, number 44, Jared London. Very fast-moving game. Can't keep up with what's going on. And the shot by Lawler is off. Rebounded by St. John Paul. The drive by Nichols and blocked by Abson. A mean block by Abson. Swatted away all the way to the front entrance of the gym. Wow. The bench is going crazy. Looking like Dikembe Mutombo right now. Justin Abson, the freshman, 6'7", getting big down in the paint. The mid-range shot by Prien is off, rebounded by Negri. Up the court, Dom Denny, pass over to Feller. Feller drives. Gets caught up in the paint, pass out to Denny. Screen set by Abson. Drive by Denny, a foul is called on Denny's drive. The foul is going to be called on number 5, Trace Nichols. That is his first foul in the game so far. Coming in for North Broward, number 24, Tyler Struve, and coming out, number 10, Ryan Negri. 29-22 lead by North Broward, 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Pass into Struve, down to Abson. Post move by Abson. To Feller. Mid-range shot is good by Feller. Drive by Vic. And blocked again by Abson. Pass over to Feller, to Struve. Struve drives. Floater is good, and the foul. 3-point opportunity coming to the line. For number 24, Tyler Struve, shooting 1. The past few minutes have been great for the North Broward Eagles. They have been on fire. Struve's shot is good. 3 points for Tyler Struve on the game so far. 59 seconds remain. Drive by Verna. To Vic, his 3-pointer is off, rebounded by Feller. Negri bringing the ball up for North Broward. Pass over to Denny. Denny pulls up, 3-pointer. Off. 34 seconds remain. 34-22. North Broward leads. Screen set by Verna. Drive by Nichols. Nichols' mid-range shot is off, rebounded by Abson. Denny moving it slow as 10 seconds remain in the second quarter. Looking for a good shot over to Negri in the corner. Drive by Negri over to Abson. Abson cannot convert on the last second shot there at the end of the second. North Broward Eagles lead 34 to St. John Paul 22. We'll be back after halftime. Stay tuned. And welcome back. If you're just tuning in, welcome to North Broward taking on St. John Paul. The Eagles had a great first half as they're leading 34-22 coming into the third quarter. Pass over to Fuentes, down to Absent to London. His layup is off. And the ball is deflected off of St. John Paul, remains Eagles ball. North Broward Eagles, that is. Pass into Fuentes in the corner, over to Feller. To London, layup is good by London. The drive and shot by Lawler is good that time. Pass over to Fuentes. Over to Feller in the corner. Back to Denny. Denny's deep three-pointer. Bang! Screen set by Verna. Nichols finds Prien. And the ball is out of bounds. It is North Broward ball. Dom Denny bringing the ball up for North Broward. Pass over to Feller. And a foul was called on number 10, JJ Prien. Inbound pass to Maximus Fuentes. Over to Denny. To Feller. Feller's mid-range shot is off. Rebounded by London, but a foul was called on London's shot. He will be going to the line for 2 shots. This is London's second trip to the line in the game so far. North Broward leads 39 to St. John Paul 24 with 6 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. London's first shot is good. And his second shot is off, 1 for 2 at the line that time. Up the court, moving fast for St. John Paul, Trace Nichols. And a travel is called on St. John Paul. That is their second travel called on the game so far. Tight defense on Denny. Pass over to Fuentes. Frees up the defenders. Down across the court to Feller. Up to Denny. Back to Feller. Pass over to London. To Fuentes in the corner. Wide open. Bang! Fuentes' first three-pointer in the game so far. That is his first three-pointer in 2 games. He had 0 three-pointers on 4 tries last game. And the three-pointer by Carr is off. Rebounded by St. John's Paul, and a foul is called. The foul was called number 44, Jared London. That is his 3rd foul, I believe. To the line for St. John Paul, number 10, JJ Prien. Prien's first shot is good. And coming in for St. John Paul, number 12, Rodney Shavers. Prien's second shot is off, 1 for 2 at the line. Rebounded by London to Denny up the court. Pass over to Feller. Back to Denny. Screen set by London. To Fuentes. Loses the ball, but Feller is there to regain the ball. Pass down to Abson. Up to Fuentes. His three-pointer again is good. 2 straight three-pointers for Maximus Fuentes. Ball is tipped by Feller. Sails out of bounds. Remains St. John Paul's ball. Inbound pass to JJ Prien. Screen set by Shavers. Drive by Prien. The layup is off. Rebounded by Feller. Up the court to Denny. Screen set by London. Mid-range shot by Denny is off, but a foul is called. 2 shots coming to the line. Number 11, Dom Denny. Denny's first shot is good. His second shot is also good. 2 for 2 at the line that time. Pass down low to Shavers. Over to Vic. Pass over to Shavers. His mid-range shot is good. Pass down to Abson. Ball's deflected, hits off of the St. John Paul's defender's leg, and sails out of bounds. Remains North Broward ball. Inbound pass to Fuentes, over to Feller, to Denny. Denny's three-pointer is off. Rebounded by St. John's Paul. Fast break opportunity for Vic. Pass over to Lawler. His layup is good. Denny finds Feller. Tight defense on Sawyer Feller. And a foul is called on number 3, Thomas Lawler. Lawler is coming out for St. John's Paul, and coming in is number 14. Abson's post move. Shot is good by Abson. Getting big down in the paint. Abson, nobody can stop Abson right now. Stolen away by Abson. Fast break opportunity for Denny. Pass down to Fuentes. Fuentes' layup is off. Rebounded by London. And an offensive foul is called on London that time. Coming in for North Broward is number 24, Tyler Struve, and out is number 44, Jared London. Nichols from the arc is off, rebounded by Struve. Denny drives, layup, good. Way to split the defense by Dom Denny that time. Cuts right through them. 3-point shot by Vic is off, rebounded by Feller. Up the court to Denny. Over to Fuentes, wide open, layup is good by Fuentes. Great read by Dom Denny that time. Sees Fuentes wide open down the court and gives him the ball. Easy bucket for Fuentes that time. Drive by Nichols. Pass out to Vic. Over to Shavers. Shavers' layup is off. Rebounded by Feller. To Denny. Denny. Layup is good and a foul. Three-point opportunity for Dom Denny. North Broward Eagles bench likes what they're seeing right now, going crazy. (56-29), North Broward leads with 2 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And Denny's shot is good. 3 points at the time for Dom Denny. Denny is hype. Pass out to Carr. Over to Nichols. Drive by Prien. Pass over to Shavers. Shavers' shot is good. Screen set by Abson. Pass over to Abson. Pick and roll move. Shot by Abson is off. Foul was called to the line. Number 25, Justin Abson, shooting 2. Great pick and roll move between Dom Denny and Justin Abson that time. Picked by Abson, rolls down to the paint. Foul was called. First shot by Abson is good. Abson's second shot is off. 1 for 2 at the line that time. Moving it fast, Trace Nichols. Pass over to Whitaker. Over to Prien. Moving the ball around well. And sold away by Denny. Denny up the court. Pass over to Feller. Feller doesn't see the ball coming. Hits off of his hands. Turnover by Sawyer Feller. And a foul was called by Dom Denny that time. Foul is going to be on the floor. Inbounding pass. St. John Paul. Coming out is number 32, Sawyer Feller. Great performance so far by Sawyer Feller. Deep 3 by Whitaker. Shot is off. And a foul is called. It's going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity foul shot for Justin Abson here. For a big man, he's a great free throw shooter, so I'm not worried by Abson shooting at the line this time. Abson's shot is good. One more opportunity for Abson. His second shot is also good. 2 for 2 at the line that time. .40 remaining in the third quarter. Drive by Nichols. Loses the ball, regains it. Pass down low to Shavers. Out to Carr. His three-pointer is off. Rebounded by Abson. Pass over to Denny. Moving it up the court. Over to Struve. In the corner. His three-pointer is off. Rebounded by St. John's Paul. Almost a steal opportunity for Struve, but does not come through with it. And blocked by Abson again. Another mean block by Abson. 3 blocks in the game so far for Abson. Do not drive on Justin Abson. Inbound pass to Carr. His three-pointer is good. And third quarter concludes. North Broward leads 60 to St. John Paul's 34. Stay tuned. Fourth quarter coming up shortly. And at the start of the fourth quarter, if you're just tuning in, North Broward, huge lead on St. John's Paul, leads 60 to St. John's Paul, 34. Great game by both Justin Abson and Sawyer Feller. Dom Denny also having a great game, not a surprise there. Great overall performance by the whole team. I can't single anyone out here because the whole starting lineup is just unstoppable at the moment. Drive by Lawler. His mid-range shot is off. Rebounded by St. John's Paul. Prien's shot is off. Rebounded by Abson. Pass over to Denny. Denny up the court. Back to Abson. Abson pulls up from the three. Shot is off. Don't see that too often, but with a huge lead like this, why not shoot Justin Abson from the arc? Give it a try. Pass down low to Prien. His layup is off and put back in by Shavers. 24-point lead. North Broward has over St. John Paul. Don't see the lead going away anytime soon. 6 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Pass over to Abson. Abson post move. Spin move, loses the ball, sails out of bounds. St. John's Paul's ball. St. John Paul moving the ball around well. Pass over to Lawler from the arc. Three-pointer is good by Thomas Lawler. And the timeout is called by North Broward. Dom Denny up the court for the Eagles. North Broward. Pass over to Fuentes. To Abson. Sees Feller. Layup is good by Feller. Great read by Abson that time. Sees Feller cutting to the hoop. Dishes it to Feller. Nichols drive, pass out to Shavers, out to Carr. His layup is off and rebounded by Struve. Struve almost hits out of bounds but saves it, and the pass down court to Feller. Layup is good. Great pass by Dom Denny. Down the court, sees Feller. Shot by Lawler is off. Rebounded by Denny. Over to Struve. To Fuentes. Missed layup, but put back in by Feller. Drive by Lawler. Layup is good. 66. North Broward leads to St. John Paul's 41 with 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Abson screen. Mid-range shot by Abson is off. Rebounded by St. John's Paul. Mid-range shot by Lawler. Ball's passed over to Carr. Layup is good by Ian Carr that time. Maximus Fuentes passed over to Struve. Struve shoots from the arc. Shot is off, but rebounded by Fuentes and put back in by Fuentes. Over to Lawler in the corner. Shot is off, rebounded by Abson. To Denny, moving up the ball. Moving it fast to Struve. Back to Denny. Denny layup is missed, but put back in by Denny. Great shot, missed, but offensive rebound by Denny, put back in. For someone standing at 5'7", he has a great vertical. Dom Denny can really rise, let me tell you. Drive by Lawler is off. Foul is called on number 25, Justin Abson, to the line for St. John Paul. Number 3, Thomas Lawler. 3 minutes, 41 seconds remain. 70-43, North Broward leads. Lawler's first shot is off. A double substitution for North Broward. Number 44, Jared London, and number 10, Ryan Negri check in, while number 25, Justin Abson, and number 30, Maximus Fuentes come out. Lawler's second try is in, 1 for 2 at the line that time. And coming in for St. John Paul, number 20, Kerry Vick. Number 3, Tomas Lawler coming out. Dom Denny moving up the ball. Pass over to Feller. Screen set by London. Back to Feller. To London. His shot is good. Drive by Nichols. Layup is off and blocked by Negri. Over to Nichols. To Verna. To Carr. Three-pointer is off. Rebounded by Struve. Struve pass over to Denny. Oh! Denny tries to pass it over to wide open Negri in the corner. Does not get it. But the ball is stolen away by Struve. Struve dives for the ball and gets it. To Negri. Three-pointer. Pump fake. And turns it over. Negri had a great drive for the hoop, but ends up turning it over. Pass over to Vic in the corner. Shot is off. Rebounded by St. John Paul. Game is moving very fast right now. Hard to keep up. Drive by Nichols. Mid-range shot is good by Nichols. Denny drives. Sees Feller cutting in. Passes it to Feller, and the ball is deflected. Remains North Broward ball. A double substitution. Triple substitution for North Broward now. Coming in for North Broward. Number 22, Kyler Vow. Number 33, Jordan Hirsch. And number 1, Ben Ostro. Pass into Negri. Negri's three-pointer is good. Pass over to Whitaker. Back to Nichols. Nichols drive. Shot is off. A foul is called. It's going to be called on number 32, Jordan Hirsch, that time. Inbound pass to Julian Paseka. Misread by St. John Paul, but it's deflected off North Broward. Remains St. John Paul ball. Inbound pass to Vic. Drive by Vic. Shot is off. Offensive rebound by Vic. Put back in. Shot is off again. Rebounded by Hirsch. Over to Val. Over to Negri. to Benstro. Deep three by Benstro is off. And a travel is called on St. John Paul that time. Kyler Val up the court. Over to Struve. To Hirsch. To Ostro in the corner. Over to Struve. Struve pulls up. Shot is off. And it is defensive rebound by St. John Paul that time. Tight defense by Ben Ostro. Pass over to Whitaker from the corner. Shot is good by Whitaker. Kyler Val up the court for North Broward. Pass over to Struve. To Hirsch. To Ostro. To Hirsch. Hirsch's mid-range shot is good. Over to Whitaker again from the corner. Missed that time. Ostro with the rebound. Ostro taking it up himself. Over to Hirsch. Hirsch's shot is good. Buzzer beater by Jordan Hirsch. And that concludes the game. 79 North Broward, 49 St. John Paul. Great game by North Broward, coming off of 2 straight losses. North Broward really needed this win to boost their confidence. Come support the North Broward Eagles Thursday at 7 o'clock as they take on American Heritage of Delray. Thank you for watching. I'm Gabe Fenster.